What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be looking for a product that I can source from AliExpress from a Chinese manufacturer. I'm looking for a high quality product that is actually useful to rideshare drivers because it's something, that I spend a lot of my time doing, and there's always things that I'm looking at as I'm driving where I feel like I could, they could be improved upon or a lot of drivers don't have. So I've been kind of hoping to dive into e-commerce for a while now, and I've mentioned it before on the channel, but today marks the first video where we're actually going to be doing that. So it's really exciting for me. I'm actually pumped to get into this, but it's going to be a long journey because finding a product that I can buy that's cheap enough to buy in bulk from China is one thing. I don't have a ton of money to throw into this, so I'm going to be starting cheap. And then finding a product that's actually reliable and that I can stand behind is going to be another thing. So there's going to be a lot of testing. I'm going to be ordering a few products off of AliExpress and testing them out here, and then hopefully placing a bulk order so that I can take these items, have them shipped directly to an Amazon warehouse, and then have Amazon fulfill orders for me. So for those of you that don't know much about Amazon FBA, the idea is, like I said above, that you bulk order items, have them shipped to a warehouse, and then you pay a referral fee to Amazon, which is between 10 and 15%, usually cap maxes out at 15% per sale. And you also pay a fulfillment fee, which is depending on the size and weight of your item, anywhere from a few bucks to quite a bit if it's a huge item. So, you are paying these upfront costs, but the cool part about Amazon FBA is that Amazon is the biggest search engine for products at the moment. And it used to be Google, but now everyone just goes straight to Amazon when they want to order a lot of things. So if you find a product that is, adds value or stands out from other products and get enough reviews to rank under a category that's growing, then you get really passive income and a lot of income potentially here. It's definitely not an easy journey. It's not something that I'm expecting to hop into and have really take off, but it's something that I want to dabble around with and kind of throw, some of the cash that I've been saving up and invest it in myself, really, invest it in something that is going to be a journey for me and hopefully will grow into something bigger. So today we're going to be looking at products for rideshare drivers and more specifically delivery drivers. So I want to hop into the computer and show you some of those, and then hopefully, find something where I can, after ordering a few of these products and testing them out, something that I can move forward with in the future with a bulk order and actually sell on the Amazon marketplace. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the computer and check out some of these products. All right, so welcome to AliExpress.com. This is where I'm going to be sourcing products, looking for something that I can find that's going to be helpful to rideshare drivers, something that I would want to stand behind, a product that's really cool, useful, something that I would actually use. And so the first thing that came to mind was an insulated heat bag, because I know driving with DoorDash and with Postmates, the heat bags that they provide us, they zip across the top, but they don't actually cover the full insulated bag area, if you know what I'm talking about. It just, the zipper doesn't cover everything, so you're actually letting a lot of heat out. And so my first thought was, can I find something that's better than what they're offering, that is cheap enough that rideshare drivers would want to buy it, to kind of improve on that aspect of delivering. And as soon as I pulled this up, I noticed that a lot of these items are really expensive. There's just not a lot on here on AliExpress that is at a cheap enough price point that I can even get into. Like this delivery bag it looks very legitimate, but it's also $70 starting. And so I always want to come over and kind of compare what's already on Amazon.com and see what people are asking and what prices they're asking for similar products. And what I noticed is that the prices are actually already really good on Amazon.com. Surprisingly better than AliExpress in a lot of cases. There's just a lot of bags on here that I would rather buy directly from Amazon. There's no way for me to hop into this and buy something cheap enough to actually ship over here and mark up enough to actually make a profit on. So this Amazon's Choice right here, I actually really like this one. It's 2 insulated reusable grocery bags, and it zips all the way across the top, kind of like what I was talking about. And you get both of these for $14.99, and it's fulfilled by Amazon. So coming back here to AliExpress, there's just nothing that even puts me into this game, which is a little bit discouraging, but from past experience, I know that you just got to move on and find that new niche. And so I have used AliExpress before. I've actually used it for drop shipping, and I drop shipped for a while and then decided to quit and kind of, drop out of drop shipping because I was spending a lot of time and effort and some money on marketing, bringing customers onto my online store and selling them products that weren't actually my products. They were directly from the manufacturer. The manufacturer was shipping them straight to my customers, and that shipping was taking 2 to 3 weeks at best. So there was nothing brandable about this, with the shipping times being so long and not having a unique product with my brand on it. these marketing efforts and the time that I was putting into it wasn't something that would grow. And so I like FBA and Amazon because if I'm if I'm building up reviews and credibility on Amazon.com, then ultimately what can happen is I can get ranked on Amazon.com, which is a huge search engine for products, and that income can become rather passive. So, maybe I'm not building a brand, but I am ranking in a search engine for products that are, if there's a big enough market looking for them, I can actually make some decent money down the road. That's just full disclosure of everything that I'm trying to accomplish here. But let's move on and look at these other products out here, because there are some good ones. And so I did actually look this up. Here's another car accessory that could be helpful to Lyft and Uber drivers, for putting in the back of seats and allowing passengers to hang their bags, their purses, whatever they might have with them. I thought it would be really cool for like Lyft Line and Uber Pool, where the cars kind of fill up quite a bit. There might not be space for people to hold their items, so they're going to want a rack or a shelf like this to post their items. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and I'm just doing a basic price analysis to see if I can even get into this. I'm not going to dive too deep. There's a lot of apps out there that allow you to get really deep onto products that are selling on Amazon, and they tell you exactly how much they're selling and what the good price points are. But let's just look and see if I can even get into this. So this this 81 cents right here is for 2 pieces, so that's 2 of them. And I can get a bulk price. It says 79 cents for 20 pieces or more. Potentially I can negotiate that, get a better deal. That would have to be seen. But first of all, what I want to do is pull up. So I found one on Amazon.com, which is basically the same item. And like I mentioned earlier, what you want to do is you want to try to improve on an item, because Amazon FBA has gotten really competitive. So you can't necessarily just list the same item as everyone else these days and sell anything. It's just, there's too many people out there trying to do it, and it doesn't really necessarily work unless you're really good at marketing. But I can't afford to tool test. I have to find an item that's either people haven't been selling that much on Amazon.com, or I just have to try and sell the same item and compete with this guy who has 1,000 reviews. So this guy is selling a 4-pack for $6.90. It looks like it's this exact same item. And so, if I'm paying 80 cents for 2 of them, I'm going to get hit with the Amazon fulfillment cost, which I've kind of pulled that up, and that comes out, I'm assuming that 4 of these is going to be under 10 ounces. So I'm going to be paying that minimum fulfillment fee of $2.41. So I'm paying that on top of the 80 cents, which brings me up to like $3.60, I believe. Yeah, it does. And then on top of that, there's also going to be an Amazon referral fee, which is usually 15%, but I believe for car accessories, it's between 10 and 12. So let's say it's 10%, and let's say I'm selling at $7. That's another 70 cents on top of 360, which puts me at $4.30, and leaves me about $2.70 of profit, assuming that marketing isn't going to cost me anything. So the margins here are really slim. It's definitely not a home run. There's going to be a lot of sellers selling this item because it's just so easy. But it is something worth looking at. So I do want to go on AliExpress and order one, take a look at it, and then kind of do some further analysis later on to see if, it's even worthwhile, because obviously I'm not going to get 1,000 reviews on this anytime soon, probably ever. So, the question is if I buy these at 80 cents, and let's say I go to the manufacturer and it says here that there's 990 pieces available. Let's say I go to them and say, hey, I want to buy out all of your inventory. What price can you give me? And maybe get 60 or 70 cents per the 2-piece pack. Then all of a sudden I have a little bit more wiggle room. So let's go ahead and add this to cart, and I want to take a look at it, make sure it is at least the quality it says it is, and then do some further analysis down the road. And so that's just the initial step here, guys. I do want to do a little bit more. I have an app, a free app called Helium 10, which allows you to look at other products on Amazon and see how fast they're selling, and if Amazon has its own listing of that product, to see how many Amazon has in stock, because that's also another important price point to look at. So I'm going to do all of that, and then I'm going to look at these a little bit more and see if there is a place for me to work on. And so as I add this to cart, I already see one more that's offered at 68 cents. So I'm going to have to go and take a look on that and see if that's 2 pieces, because already that's some cost saving for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and order this, you guys. It does take a while to get it shipped out here. The one thing I did notice that I liked about that listing is that if I spend at least $50, the shipping is free, which is cool because shipping these items can be really expensive. If you're doing it individually, it's almost always cheap with AliExpress standard shipping or e-packet. It's almost entirely free with that method. But when you're buying in bulk, it starts to add up. So that bulk price is really attractive to me. And it's just one more thing to consider when I'm looking at putting these items on Amazon. So I will have to take a look at that. And yes, okay, I have already looked at this one. The $1.68 price is for the one here on the left, which is not the same product. It looks quite a bit cheaper. I don't like it at all. So this is $1.16 for 2 of the ones you see here. Not quite as good. So I'm going to stick with the one that I already pulled up. I'm also going to look at some other items because just taking a look at 2 items is not enough research before hopping into Amazon FBA. I've got quite a lot of work to do here. I'm going to do all that, and then I will update you guys as I move forward. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. If this is something that you would use as a delivery driver or as a rideshare driver. If you have any other items in mind, based upon your thoughts as a delivery driver or as a Lyft or Uber driver, let me know. Let me know what you think about the videos. If you enjoy this type of video, give me some feedback so that I can kind of keep throwing it out there and build upon that. And as always, thank you guys for checking in, and stay tuned for more updates.